Hello, welcome back. It's time again. Time to give my 2018 Week 1 NFL picks. I know you guys have been waiting a long time for this. The time is finally here. So, if any of you watched my other video, I know a few of you, I picked the Eagles to beat, um, excuse me, sorry, I'm listening to classical music here. I picked the Eagles to cover the spread against the Falcons, mostly because of the fact that they're the Super Bowl winner. And, if you go back in history over the past 13 opening weekend games or opening Thursday games, the home team has won 10, or sorry, the defending Super Bowl champion has won 10 of 13. And one of the exceptions was that Baltimore had to play on the road against Denver, so they technically weren't even the home team when they lost. Anyway, that aside, what's really crazy about this is that the public is all over the Falcons. Like, this game started at -4 for the Eagles, and it's already down to -1. So they're just all over the Falcons. You just got to take the Eagles here. And, teams are well rested, defense is well rested. I don't have a strong inclination either way, whether it's going over and under, but, I feel that, both teams are going to give it their best effort. So, if I have to pick, I'm going to pick the over 45 points. All right, the next game, we've got Pittsburgh and Cleveland. I've gone back and forth in this game a bunch of times. I thought Le'Veon Bell was playing. Now it looks like he probably won't. Everyone and their mom is behind Cleveland this season. They've got a lot of talent. Hugh Jackson, the coach, is talking a big talk. They've got their new quarterback. They're ready to rock and roll. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, who knows what's going on. I don't know if they're going to be distracted by this whole Le'Veon Bell situation. The players are pissed. They're playing on the road. Roethlisberger doesn't play as well on the road, so it's hard for me to pick one way or other. But I've got to take Cleveland here. I had Pittsburgh, but we're going with Cleveland plus 3.5 points. The Cleveland plays Pittsburgh tough, especially at home. They got a lot of talent. They're hungry. They want to win. We're going to take the points here. And then, I would expect this game to be a little bit lower scoring. Again, Roethlisberger plays way worse on the road. Cleveland, actually has a fairly solid defense. So we're going to go under 45.5 points. Next game, we've got San Francisco at Minnesota. This game is already up to San Francisco plus 6.5. So people are really backing Minnesota here. But look, I don't even know if I need to even tell you this, but Jimmy Garoppolo has won 7 starts in a row, something like that. I think 2 with the Patriots and 5 with the Niners. Correct me if I'm wrong, if it's 7, maybe it's 6, maybe it's 8, I don't remember, but he hasn't lost yet. I'll tell you that much. And I don't expect that to happen anytime soon. So we're going to keep the Garoppolo train rolling. I'm taking San Francisco plus 6.5. Over under is 46. He's going to light him up. He's going to show him why he's the next coming of Tom Brady. We're taking over 46 points. San Francisco, Minnesota, San Francisco. All right, next we've got Cincinnati, Indianapolis. This one's tough. Andrew Luck is coming back. He can win games all by himself. The game right now is at Indianapolis -3. It started at -1.5. But it looks like, because Andrew Luck's playing, the movement's done more toward Indianapolis at a full -3. I don't know. He's been away from the game for a long time, and Indianapolis, they just don't have any talent on this team. As great as Andrew Luck is, I don't know if he can carry the whole team by himself. So I'm going to take the points here. Cincinnati plus 3, over under is 48.5. I'm just going to go with the under. It's a lot of points at 48.5 points. We're going to take the under. I'm thinking Andrew Luck might be a little rusty. Just a lot of points to score. So we're going Cincinnati plus 3. All right, next game we got Buffalo, Baltimore. Baltimore is already -7.5. And by the way, I'm getting these lines from the Westgate just to be consistent. They usually have pretty fair lines. And this is as of September 5th, 2018. I usually don't like betting on teams more than 7 points. The NFL, it's a really tough league. And most games are decided by 7 or less. However, Buffalo, they've got, tough quarterback situation where they've got like Nathan Peterman and, who's the new guy. I'm blanking right now, but they've got a new rookie quarterback. I'm not even sure who's going to play. It doesn't really matter. I don't think either one is great. Baltimore, well coached, got a great defense. They're going to be solid. They're home. Baltimore all the way -7.5. Over under is only 40 points. It's probably because Baltimore is going to shut them out 40-0. We're taking the over here. All right, next game we have Jacksonville at the New York Giants. Tom Coughlin, I think he's their new advisor in Jacksonville, but he was the original coach in Jacksonville way back in the day. If any of you don't remember that. Anyway, he's back in Jacksonville, gets to play his old team, the New York Giants, that he won 2 Super Bowls with Eli Manning. So he knows whatever's left of that team inside and out. And Tom Coughlin is a great coach in his own right. So we're taking Jacksonville -3 on the road. I just don't know if the Giants have enough talent to hang with Jacksonville. Jacksonville had one of the best defenses in the league last season. Yeah, Giants got Saquon Barkley. He should be pretty amazing, but I don't know if he can do it all on his own. Jacksonville -3, over/under is 43.5. Especially if the under, we're just gonna keep rolling with that Jacksonville defense. Keep that score low. All right, next game we've got Tampa Bay at New Orleans. New Orleans should win this pretty easily. Whether Jameis Winston, I think, suspended for a few games. They've got journeyman quarterback. What's his name? I'm blanking right now, but is it Fitzpatrick? I want to say Ryan Fitzpatrick. Anyway, he's going to be starting for a few weeks. He's serviceable. He's pretty good, but I just think New Orleans has too much talent to lose this game. However, with that said, I said any game with more than 7 points, you got to be careful. Tampa Bay usually plays New Orleans pretty tough. It's +9.5 points. That's just a lot of points in the NFL. I think even though New Orleans probably will win this very easily, and they may very well cover this by a lot of points, there's ample opportunity for garbage time scores. Maybe Tampa Bay jumps on them, a few turnovers, comes out ahead a little bit. New Orleans has to kind of scramble, win in the fourth quarter. I'm taking the points. Tampa Bay +9.5. It's just too many points. You got to take it. It's good value. And the over/under is 49.5. I was going to take the under. I changed my mind. We're going to go with the over. It's going to be a lot of points scored. So we're going over 49.5. All right, next game, Houston at New England. I don't know why people are saying this is a revenge game. Houston just is not that great of a team. I think they have their quarterback, Deshaun Watson, back. He's pretty good, but he's no Tom Brady. So we're taking New England -6.5 at home. Bill Belichick, Tom Brady are going to show Houston, what a good team is, what a good quarterback is. Just show him who's boss. After New England wins 3 or 4 games in a row, they're going to have to cover 14 points and 17 points. So, take the 6.5 while you still can early in the season. So New England -6.5, over/under 51. New England might score 51 all by themselves. So we're taking the over there. Next game, we got Tennessee at Miami. I don't know. Tennessee was actually pretty good last season. I believe they snuck into the playoffs, and then they upset Kansas City. So they actually were a pretty solid team. Marcus Mariota is a smart quarterback. For Miami, I think they're starting Um, oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm blanking, but their quarterback was injured last season. Um, Starting again. I apologize for blanking at the moment, but anyway, he's back. He's rusty. He's coming off an ACL tear. I like Tennessee here, -1.5. I'm just not sure if Miami has enough talent and has enough, um, to keep together against a team that did pretty well last season and made the playoffs. So even though I'm not like crazy about Tennessee, I'm just taking Tennessee here, -1.5. And the over/under is 45. I'm going to take the over. Um, it's not like a whole lot of points, but I think they can do this. All right, Kansas City at the LA Chargers. It still sounds weird to me. I still want to say San Diego. Um, Kansas City, they're starting a new quarterback to Patrick Mahomes, second-year quarterback. Guy with a big arm, very talented. He may very well be an awesome quarterback, but when you're making your first or second start ever in the NFL against a seasoned Chargers team, the Chargers, I don't know what's going on with this team. They're consistently like the best team, but to find ways to lose or something. Like they've just so much talent every year. They should be able to win like all these games, and then they somehow lose. So taking the Chargers -3.5. I know, excuse me, Kansas City has had their number for a while, but we're taking Chargers. Over/under is 48, taking the under. You got Seattle at Denver. This is tough. Denver's got quarterback problems. Seattle, they basically overhauled their whole team. Excuse me. So it's hard to make of this, but I still like Seattle here, +3 on the road. I just think there's too much uncertainty in this game, so I just like the points. We're taking Seattle +3. Who knows? Maybe all these unheralded defensive players will play well. Maybe the coach has a system that's going to work for them. And it's 42.5 points. Denver has a pretty good defense too. We're going to take the under 42.5. Seattle and Denver, assuming both defenses are still good. Excuse me. We got Dallas and Carolina. Dallas, I don't know what to make of this team. It seems like they've overhauled their whole team as well. Carolina, pretty solid team, made the playoffs last year. We have to take Carolina -3. I'm just worried about the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm surprised Carolina's only favored by 3. And the over/under is 42.5. I actually like this to be the under because I just feel Dallas and Carolina are going to be run control offenses centering around the run. Hopefully, would eat up a lot of clock, keep the score low. Next game, Washington, Arizona. Washington, new coach quarterback Alex Smith. Arizona, new coach and quarterback Sam Bradford. So Arizona is favored by 1. It's hard to make what's going to happen in this game. A lot of new changes. That's why week 1 is really tough. It's hard to know exactly what's going to happen. Once week 2, week 3 starts getting easier, you can kind of figure out tendencies and trends. But I like Washington here. I like Alex Smith. He's just very smart. He's not going to turn the ball over. So to be Washington, you're going to have to play very smart, play very well. They're going to be a well quarterback team. So we're taking Washington +1. Over/under is 44. Excuse me again. So sorry. Take the under 44. 3 more games. So we got Chicago at Green Bay. Green Bay favored by 7.5. I just think, Aaron Rodgers healthy. He's worth a touchdown by himself. We're taking Green Bay -7.5. Over/under is 47.5. He's rested. He's gonna, chuck the ball down the field. It's gonna go over 47.5 points. All right, next game we got New York Jets at Detroit. I believe this is a Monday Night Football game. If I'm wrong. Originally, I liked the Jets. I liked their talent. I liked, the energy they were going to bring. But, they're starting Sam Darnold. the rookie. Um, Anytime you start a rookie quarterback in the NFL, it usually doesn't turn out well. We're taking Detroit minus 6.5, and over under is 45. We're taking the under. And then the last game, we got the LA Rams at Oakland. I love John Gruden. He's got a lot of energy, but I just feel like there's too much stuff going on in Oakland right now. With too much pressure. He's been away from the game for such a long time. We just traded away Khalil Mack. I'm not sure what to make of Oakland right now. The Rams are loaded with talent. Coming off a playoff loss, but I mean, there's no reason the Rams couldn't potentially make the Super Bowl if they play for the potential. So I like the Rams here at -4. Over is 49.5. It's Monday Night Football. Scores are usually high. We're going over 49.5. All right. Thank you very much. Thanks for listening all the way through. If you did, one thing I'm going to do different this year, just so you guys know, I'm going to create a spreadsheet and put all my picks in the spreadsheet. And it's so that way it's transparent. Everyone can see it. And I'll share a link every time I make a video every week. And then you can see it, see the picks, and see for yourself how well I'm doing. Hopefully I'll do well. If not, oh well. But at least the picks are there. Not like I can change it and say, I would win, 13-2 or something. How they, a lot of people like to inflate their numbers. So it's all there, very transparent. Any comments or suggestions, feel free. Probably alter or change the spreadsheet here or there. Throughout the season, a little bit. But start with this and see how it goes. All right. Well, thank you very much for listening, and we'll see how the season goes. And part of the reason I'm doing the video a little early, a couple reasons. One, the earlier I get it out, the more time viewers have to watch it, digest it, think about it. So it puts a little more pressure on me to pick these games. I don't have complete information. Like maybe Le'Veon Bell will show up on Sunday morning to play. So who knows? If he's playing, I'd probably pick Pittsburgh. But if he's not, I'm going with Cleveland. So it's usually better to make the picks like Saturday evening, Saturday night. But look, I make the picks Saturday. No one has time to watch them before Sunday, so got to pick them early. The best knowledge I have now, and that's what I'm going to do. So anyway, thank you again, and let's have a great season. All right, talk to you soon. Bye. Oh, and I hope you don't mind the it wasn't too loud. If it is, let me know. Yeah, I'm just trying new things out. Just want to see how it goes. All right.